Hello Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all. Welcome. Please come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something and better yourself. If the messages that come through do not resonate for you, please do push them aside. Go ahead and assume that they are going out to someone else who needs to hear them, and they might just resonate for you at a future time or date, so feel free to check this video out again in the future. Please do trust that your own intuition will separate what is meant for you and what is not. If it feels foreign, if it feels strange, release it, drop it like it's hot, right? You always do anyway, don't you, Leo? Those sexy Leos. Okay, what's up with Leo? Let's tap into their energy, messages for their best and highest good. Do remember, guys, you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is an energy check-in, optional advice, guidance, etc. Here we go. Let's get Leo some helpful, clear, insightful messages wherever they're at on their spiritual journey right now for Leo. What's coming up in the past? How is the past? The Magician. Okay. So manifestations. I like this Magician. Sometimes with Magician energy, it can go either way. Sometimes the Magician can be the illusionist, the trickster. So far, I get a good vibe from this. So you might be dealing with someone who has a very strong Mercury in their chart. So possibly Gemini, possibly Virgo. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you could be the Magician. You could be the master manifester. It is the idea of sort of, if we're breaking it down, it kind of has to do with long-term planning. You know, the manifestation, what it is that you want to bring about in your life, in your circumstance, in the scenario. It's saying essentially you have all the tools available to you, but now it kind of takes all the things. It takes the emotional connection to what you're trying to do. It takes the mental energy. It takes the physical endurance, the action, the motivation to do it. And then it takes like the earthly stuff. Like you have to actually have a practical plan. You have to be responsible. You have to commit to this plan. So it seems like there's the start of a new endeavor, or at least the idea of wanting to pursue something new with the Magician. How is this impacting Leo currently, presently? Empress, love it. Good money card for my Leos. Stepping into your power, knowing your value, your worth, tending. I'm hearing tending to your garden. I think that's a metaphor, tending to your children, nurturing seeds to grow so that they have a good shot at life, a good shot at success. Empresses it's an abundance energy, right? It's Taurus, Libra, it's a Venus ruled card. So Venus is all about pleasure. It's about connecting. It's about relationships. It's about love. It can be about luxury. But, Venus needs balance, it needs moderation, but ultimately it seeks enjoyment, it seeks pleasure, it wants to have fun, but frequently it's with other people too. So you could sort of be exploring the idea of getting into a new relationship or trying to connect with more people, right? I'm recording this in Aquarius season, which is a sign of linking groups and communities, online networks, social clubs, social groups, that sort of thing. One more on that, please, for Leo. King of Cups. All right. So holding a lot of love in your heart for something or someone. The King of Cups makes very big, grandiose love offers and love gestures, but a high vibe King of Cups, it's coming from a very authentic place. This is a person who knows or speaks emotional intelligence, if that makes sense, or maybe that's not a great way of phrasing it, but this person is able to emote and express what's going on internally and externalize it in a way where it's made very apparent what their intentions and motivations are. With the Empress, this looks like power couple vibes. Male, female, whoever you're interested in. Gender is not a thing here. But there's a huge amount of self-love coming through for you, Leo. And with that, it might be being mirrored back to you in relationships around you, right? Maybe it's your sweetheart. Maybe it's your love interest. But maybe you're just feeling the love from multiple people in your life. Again, we talked about communities and groups and friends. And you might be being showered with compliments right now. And again, I think it's coming from a very genuine, authentic place. I don't think there's a shisty ulterior motive. It's funny how that works, right? You raise your vibe and it's mirrored back to you. I also think too, I say this a lot in readings, and I hope it never comes off as ugh, because that's not my intention, but very frequently when we don't feel good about ourselves, that is mirrored back to us in our bank account, right? It's like low self-esteem, low self-worth, frequently kind of transpires into this, I don't have much I'm living on right now, like a poverty mindset. And I'm not necessarily saying one needs to equal the other. I'm not saying that to be a healthy, high vibe, good person, you need a lot of money. That's so not what I'm trying to say. But I do find it interesting that a lot of times when we enter into a stage of like the glow up, our money tends to do that too. I'm just putting it out there. So there could be an influx of big money coming in, or again, an influx of love, love offers, feeling connected to those around you, feeling in harmony. That's a very good Libra Venus word. So what is supporting Leo right now? What is supporting Leo? The King of Swords. So someone is willing to fight for you. Someone, again, is speaking up. Someone is being an advocate for you, for your family, for your business. Someone is stepping up, and possibly someone who's acting or serving as a mentor, someone who might even be giving you legal advice or helping you with some sort of plan or strategy. It doesn't have to be an air sign, but it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Honestly, you have so many zodiac signs coming up that I'm not necessarily putting too much weight on that in this reading. But take it and run with it if it resonates. Yes, someone is supporting you in terms of a contract. So maybe that's a romantic contract. Maybe that's a business contract. I like this King of Swords. He or she, whoever, he doesn't look scary to approach. Sometimes the King of Swords can look very severe and intimidating. This is like someone who's wanting to have an open and honest conversation. And I'm hearing like, what do you need? Like, what can I do for you? It's funny, my candle just went out. I feel like sometimes that's symbolic of timing. Like, yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry. I'm reading into that as a reader, but you probably won't. That's okay. Doesn't matter. King of Swords. Can I get one more on this? Something is tilted or changing, a changing of the guard. There's something, someone is able to see things from a different perspective. I just keep hearing, what do you need? It could be that you're used to being in the role of catering to others and being the nurturer, the caretaker, and it feels like someone's coming through for you this week. I will say it does feel more like a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be, but for most of you, it feels like there's a male energy in your life stepping up in the next couple of weeks, and they're really coming through as an invaluable support system for you, giving you really good, solid advice, guidance. Again, something to do with financial advice too, for some. Maybe you're meeting with your tax advisor or something, it could be something like that too, but interesting. You do have two kings showing up. So not necessarily saying this has to be people competing for your love, right? It could be, you may have romantic prospects, but more or less, I do think there's, again, Aquarian energy. There's a lot of people showing up in your life right now. New avenues, new outlets, social outlets, things of that sort. So what are some qualities that Leo is going to need right now? Advice, how they can grow, what's going to be of use? 8 of Swords. Okay, interesting. So when this comes up as advice or guidance, this says to me, accept the limitations going on in your life right now and understand it's for a greater purpose than you may realize or understand. Something may be on hold, something may be on pause, something may be delayed, especially with negotiations, contracts, money, business projects, something like that. The 8 of Swords can sometimes feel like a prison, and it's frequently a card that says we want to be liberated from something. Here, it's like we want to be liberated because things aren't necessarily moving at the pace we want, or we're not necessarily... For some of you, I'm hearing the word expression. We're not really able to express what we want, or maybe you're not able to get that back from someone else. The thing is, you do seem to be getting it from someone. I'm not sure. This is a little bit clunky to me, so I'm hoping it makes sense to you, but I'm being told to relay to you. There are necessary delays right now, but you don't need to get upset or frustrated by them. You need to have faith and trust in the universe and know that like divine timing is at work in your life, in your love life, in your career, and this and that. There's limitations right now. Absolutely. This is a Jupiter card, though, and you have a lot of good money cards, Leo, so I'm wanting to say, just because you're not seeing the influx of money right now doesn't mean it's not absolutely in the pipeline for you. So I think this is about stepping outside of a limited mindset, limited beliefs, lacking faith, and understanding things are working for me, but it's not necessarily materializing at the rate at which I had hoped, or again, like the time, the speed, the this, the that. It's like there's a little bit more to this story. So I think there's a need to release, to relax as much as you can, right? Because this card does indicate a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress, especially internally too. Like kind of things that are, like disturbing your inner calm and your inner peace. But Empress energy knows how to reset like what's going on internally and find that balance, find that inner peace. Again, Taurian energy, it's opposed by Scorpio. Scorpio is like the extreme chaos, drama. Like there can be a lot of like intensity with Scorpio energy, and Taurus energy is opposed by it because it quite literally needs to learn to detach from the external and go within and honor the body and reset the scales, right? Or rebalance our energy. You know what I mean? It's Venus, so it's Taurus Libra. There's a lot of similarities in those signs, and there's also a lot of differences. You're going to be okay. You're not trapped. I'm wanting to say some of you feel like you've been painted into a corner. That's not true. I think creative solutions are going to present themselves, but it's almost by trying to force a solution or force an outcome versus listening to your body, listening to your intuition. Yeah, it's something about the data and the logic and the details. It's not computing right now. There's miscommunications. There's something isn't adding up. The numbers aren't adding up. Again, as much as you can, try to detach yourself from a specific outcome. And the signs are around you. It's like there is divine guidance. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your body. The answer will organically present itself, and you're going to know instantly it's a yes or a no. Like there's just something to that. Like when the answer comes, you won't have any reservation or hesitation. You're just going to know what the solution is. You're going to know what's right for you. So have faith in that. What is known about the scenario? Three of Pentacles. There is progress being made. Absolutely. The Three of Pentacles, it's a progress card. It is a card of teamwork. I also think too, sometimes whether you're working on some sort of business endeavor or creative endeavor, there is value in stepping back and observing, because sometimes you can get so lost in the thick of it that you lose sight of the overall vision. It's very much like see the forest from the trees. Sometimes, especially with the Eight of Swords, it's like we're wanting to edit and perfect it, and there's something about, I don't know why I'm getting this, it's like we can't tear ourselves away because we're so in it. We almost don't want it to end. Like we want to keep immersing ourselves in that energy and it feels good, but it's sort of like you're beating a dead horse. It's like you've already done what you can do at this point. So there is a need to like step back and allow things to take root, to take hold, allow things to be processed and moved. Something about moving through, I'm hearing. Then it's like you are probably going to revisit this with a new game plan or a new strategy or a new approach, and you're going to feel more confident about it because you've taken time to actually like contemplate and consider and not just kind of going off of impulse here, which I don't really see a lot of. You don't have a lot of fire energy. So this says to me, as much as things are starting to take root and spring up from the ground, there might not be a lot you can do right now, Leo. There's not a lot of fire. So I'm wondering, I guess I could take that message in two different ways. Is this a time to rest and rejuvenate and recuperate? Are you being asked to just kind of exhale a bit and not do 1,000 things at once? Or is it the opposite? Are you afraid to take action on something, I don't know, out of perfectionism? Like I don't want to fail. Like if I do it, I want to do it right and I want to do it perfect. And the universe is saying it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to put some paint on a canvas. Like it will come, but there is sort of like the need to start and not have this, whatever is limiting you or holding you back. If it's coming from a place of fear, that's not great. I don't like that. If it's coming from a place of things are out of my control, like, there's laws or legalities coming through where I physically can't do this right now, or I don't know, whatever. If it's not coming from a place of fear, allow the delay to happen. If it's coming from a place of I'm so scared, I don't want to screw this up, then you are being asked to sort of dig deeper into that fear mentality and like work through it. It's like courage. Courage is about working through the fear. It's not about, denying its existence. I'm sort of wanting to say that to you. But ultimately what you know here is that you have a lot of support in numbers. A lot of people are backing you. You may even get financial support from a different person than you had initially thought, a loan, a payout, some sort of financing deal. There's progress being made. There's people supporting you. You know this. It's what's coming up in what you already know. So lean into that. Those are your blessings right now. You've guardian angels in human form around you that are going to step in and help you. But are you able to ask for help? Ooh, Leo, how are you at that? Are you able to ask for help? I think that's an important message. because sometimes asking for help can feel like a blow to our ego, especially for people who are used to being in control and very independent, self-reliant. But that in itself is a really wonderful lesson for those who resonate out there with that, is like, allow people to help you. It's win-win. They get to feel good about themselves, and like you get the benefit too, because they're literally helping you. So what is unknown about this situation? What is unknown for Leo? What is unknown? Wheel of Fortune, yeah. You got blessings coming down the pipeline, however you want to say it. There's very good results. There's, again, windfall, money fall, forward progression, movement, things. I'm hearing like unexpected bliss. So funny. I'm also getting a song for my Leos. I'm hearing accidentally in love. Some of you, it's like you're collaborating with someone strictly in a professional way, and it kind of, for some of you, it's like it manifests in like some sort of flirtation that I don't think either one of you were expecting. And there's almost this like, wait a minute, did I just fall in love with this person? Like it's being relayed to me as very cute though. So like this isn't like third party stuff. There isn't like I'm not allowed to like it, yeah. For some of you it's like accidentally in love, like being at the right place at the right time. Even though some of you are in the thick of like some sort of, again, major change up in terms of manifesting a new start or a new beginning, it almost feels like the timing is funny because you may feel like you have your hands full, but it's like, again, it's like this high vibe, high self-esteem, knowing your value and your worth. It's being reflected back to you in so many avenues in your life. It's like some of you have really good friendship dynamics right now. Some of you, your family's starting to come around in ways they didn't before. Your money's looking good. And so, of course, romance is looking good. You know what I mean? Like things are falling into place in ways that you don't always see the overall vision, the picture. And I think that's important too, because you have Gemini energy, which is, and this is no slight or shade being thrown, Gemini and Mercury energy, more specifically, I should say. It's the small mind. It's primary school. It's high school. It's like facts, data, details, logics. Sagittarius or Jupiter, Pisces energy, it goes against the Mercury ruled signs. It's in opposition. So this is like the small mind. This is the big mind. This is the philosophical concepts. This is like the structuring bodies of like religion and the thought process, the vision behind it. It's like small mind, higher mind, like getting lost in insignificant details versus being able to see the overall vision. And with Jupiter energy, having faith that it truly is going to work out the way it is supposed to. But for some of you, the reasoning right now is very confusing, or the logic, or again, like I just keep hearing like it's not quite adding up. Like the math isn't adding up. I don't get this. So maybe there is a need to renegotiate contracts or look at the finer details. But do keep in mind, this whole thing is progressing in a really lovely way, and you are going to see the benefit of it. I would say very soon, very soon. And I mean, that makes sense too, especially for my Leo risings. We're in Aquarius season, so in theory, that rules a lot of you guys, metaphorically too, your seventh house. Seventh house is all about long-term partnerships and contracts. So maybe this is slow to start. Maybe there's a little bit of refining, retooling, finessing, revisiting. But I think you guys are making this the best it can be given the circumstances, knowing that I'm hearing future-proofing. Setting yourself up for future success might be more important than feeling that success instantaneously or immediately. Again, patience here. With all this earth energy, patience is required. So what is the potential outcome or future dynamic here for Leo's reading? Anything else they need to hear or see? Potential outcome if they're resonating with this reading. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you reap what you sow. If you do the work, it will be beneficial to you. Yeah, there's like the completing of an old chapter and birthing yourself into like this new chapter is what I would say. Some of you are going to try and make it work with a Capricorn. I don't know why I'm getting that. For a lot of you, there is a big focus on day-to-day work structure, routine, work-life balance, focusing on your health. Pouring yourself into what you love. And for some of you, that is work. You do kind of have one of my workaholic cards. So, I think you need to look out for yourself, your wellness, your body, your mental health. But, if at the end of the day, you live to work and it's what you do, I'm not saying don't. But again, just realistic expectations so that you're not burning the candle at both ends. And I do think it has to do with building consistency over time. So, fire sign energy, it gets excited, it gets all pixelated, it wants to throw itself into things. But is it sustainable? And I think that's such an important word for Leo, right? Because you are fixed fire, It isn't like this coming and going of like Sagittarian energy, or it isn't this I start things and don't finish them of Aries energy. Ooh, I'm throwing shade. I am a little bit. I didn't mean to, but ultimately with Leo, it's the fixed fire. It's like we stoke the fire. We have to maintain it. We have to maintain the passion, the enthusiasm, the liveliness, the light. So there's something about sticking to what I'm hearing terms of agreement, sticking to the terms of agreement, knowing that there is going to be room to grow and change and progress this. But for some of you, I'm wanting to also use the phrase, did you fall out of love with something that at one point in time had a lot of potential and you've just kind of reached a point where it tapered off? I actually think you're reinvigorating your enthusiasm for this, but there's a little bit of like a lull or a like peaks and valleys. You plateaued. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a little bit of a plateau. And so maybe it's like you get your groove back a little bit. It's like you're trying to find your way back into the scenario with refreshed. I'm hearing the word refreshed, a new perspective, or again, what do you call it when you look at a painting and then you look away and then you come back to it and you see something else? I guess perspective. Looking at something with new eyes, those are the things I'm sort of wanting to say to you. I feel like I missed on something I was going to say about the workaholic thing, but you know. I mean, the mere fact that I'm using the word workaholic, that's going to be a trigger for some of you because your partner tells you that. Your partner who is like will bend over backwards for you and they're so in love with you. They're kind of like, could you be present? Could you put your phone down for a second? And you're like, oh, I know. But here's the thing, like at the end of the day, it's, they're right. You know that they're right, Leo. You know that they're right. You've had some good readings lately, Leo. I'm digging it. Good for you. The world says it's all going to be okay. The world card is Saturn energy, so you have to show up. You have to roll up the sleeves and do the work if you want to see progress. But you already know progress is being made. So again, faith, trust. The universe is going to. You're going to get what you are owed, if that makes sense from this. Like the universe is seeing all the hard work that you've poured into this, and it's not for nothing. Have faith that you are going to reap the reward of this, but it's almost like, I'm hearing it's nurturing season. Like you're not necessarily going to get the flower yet, but you're going to start to see the bud pop up, and there's going to be sort of that like, oh, okay, like, maybe all my work for this has been worth something. I'm going to water it more and give it love and light and attention, and something beautiful is going to come from this. Something beautiful already has come from this. I'm going to offer you that too. But this looks good. This looks really good. Some of you may be saying goodbye to a chapter where work was your only priority. I said something similar to Capricorn, and it is kind of coming through here, is that there may have been a major life change for you. And for most of you, it's very positive. It could have been motherhood with the Empress. It could have been marrying your sweetheart. It could have, I don't know. It could have, anyway. It could have, arguably, and not to go dark here, again, I'm not predicting this, but it could have been losing someone who was tremendously important to you, and it made you kind of reassess your priorities and your life. And so it had a positive impact through that Saturnian energy of struggle. It breeds beautiful results after we put in some hard work into something. And so for some of you, there could be a major life change, quite literally like the birth canal, like rebirthing yourself into this new lifestyle where your priorities change. And so you're not able to do, the 180 hours a week that you were doing, or whatever it is, right? Like an obsession with like the work or the process, because you have a husband to take care of now. You have a wife to take care of. You have children that you have to raise. And so there is an understanding that life is changing, and so am I. And so I'm again restructuring, retooling, reorienting, recategorizing my priorities and who it is that I want to be in this current chapter. Maybe there's a title change. I think I said this to you last time too. It's like I'm not just this anymore, like I'm a mom, or I'm not just this anymore, I'm a this or a that, or it's like, I'm rambling. Sorry. This feels like cool though. I like this reading. I hope you do too. Okay. Tune into your inner peace. Love it. Yeah, Venus energy. It wants peace. It wants harmony. It wants compatibility. It wants to be relationship oriented in all senses of the word. Maybe you've been pouring yourself into your love life and you're like, man, I really let my friendships go on the back burner. Some of you are reinvigorating stuff just with your friendships, with your gal pals or whatever. I hate that word, gal pals. I hate that I just said that. I take it back. All right. Stay away from drama today. I mean, that's sound advice for any sign, right? Ain't got time for it. Not today, Satan. I used to have a friend who would always say that. Not today, Satan. I don't know why. That, again, it seems wildly inappropriate to say in this reading. All right, I keep putting my foot in my mouth. Moving on. Here we go. Final healing card for Leo. A healing card for Leo. For Leo. What do they need to hear? Alchemy, 25. There's some totem or symbol about a mermaid. You have like a little statue of a mermaid or something on a journal, a sticker, a little mermaid, this or that. There's something on a keychain. I don't know. There's some significance about like a mermaid totem. And I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm being told to tell you. That's a confirmation for some of you. All right, alchemy. Alchemy, alchemy, alchemy. Here we go. The path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing is how it seems. You have an opportunity to take a big leap in your level of consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. You have access to the energy of alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into gifts and miracles. Meditate and take action on your highest goals and dreams. They are on their way to coming true. Let go of your expectations. What is about to appear can surpass anything you have dreamed of. That feels like Wheel of Fortune in what's hidden. Like, this is better than you're anticipating. Let's see. The most important part is that you've prepared and are ready to receive. The energy around you is very potent at the moment, so make sure that you are using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. That makes me think of Scorpio energy. Like, things are transforming in a very, very significant way. Whoops. All right. Zodiac signs that want to come out in this reading for Leo. Zodiac signs that want to come out for Leo's reading. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Scorpio, and Aquarius. We'll roll again. Aquarius again. So double Aqua, double Scorpio. Triple Aqua. All right, one last time. And Leo. Okay, cool. Guys, that's what I got for you. Please like the video. That really does help me a lot. Helps me gain traction on YouTube, find my audience, get these messages out to those who want to hear them or need to hear them. If you haven't already, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell if you want us to find each other again on YouTube. Thank you for showing up for me today and sending you all the best. Bye, Leo.